Formation of the Presidential Council of the Transitional Peace Government of 15 members, including the governors of the regions, who by virtue of their positions represent the President of the Presidential Council for their regions. First, the leader, Mohamed Hamdan Daglo, head of the Presidential Council, choosing Mr. Mohamed Hassan Osman Al-Taishi as Prime Minister of the Transitional Government of Peace.
Well, CGTN's Naba Mohideen is in Port Sudan for us. She's joining us live from there. Naba, the RSF has announced the formation of a parallel government. What's been the reaction so far?
Hi, Beatrice. Actually, the reaction is different and wide. Some people who allies RSF and allied groups welcomed this formation of the government and were cheerful about this, while majority of the Sudanese people, especially who still live in Sudan, they rejected this and condemned it, and they think this will lead to more devastating situation, and it's actually a split of the country into two countries and two powers. So people on the ground and people inside Sudan are condemning this battle government, and they think it's part of a bigger conspiracy and project to divide Sudan into smaller countries. The Sudanese government and the Sudanese army also condemned it and said it's add legitimacy to the crimes committed against civilians since the April's war that started in 2023, all crimes against civilians and genocides and accusations against RSF. Now it's legitimated because there is a government and there is a political incubator, which is the new government, and they are looking for more recognition from the international community. So there is different reactions in Sudan and outside Sudan, but generally people are condemning this step, and they think it will hamper any endeavors to a resolution to the crisis, while it will make it deeper and more complicated.
Well, Naba, do tell us more about where and how this RSF parallel government is expected to operate.
Actually, Beatrice, not all of the information are available, and the details are still unclear, but due to their initial plan, they will operate from Darfur and specifically from Niala, this alleged parallel government. It will, of course, launch its authority and their basic councils and basic structure from Niala, the capital of South Darfur, while there is also some assumption that Nuba Mountain will be part of this power, because we saw that Abdulaziz Al-Hilu is allying the militia and allying the parallel government. So yes, the center of the decision will be in Niala, but of course other regions in Nuba Mountains and in Darfur will be part of their government. While it's not clear what they will do, what's their plan, whether they will issue new currency, it will be a fully new government, it will be just a card to negotiate in any endeavors to end the crisis. But on the ground, they are planning to make their strongholds and build their stronghold in Niala, the capital of South Darfur, and of course in other three states that they are controlling in Darfur generally.
All right, Naba Mohideen joining us there from Port Sudan. Thank you. Well, let's get a more incisive look now at this latest development, and I'm joined by Dr. Mustafa Ali, co-founder and chairman of the Horn International Institute for Strategic Studies. Dr. Mustafa, thank you for joining us on the program. Now, the RSF have announced a parallel government despite warnings from the African Union and the European Union. Why now?
Now, Beatrice, because RSF has been losing ground and it now wants to shore up, it wants to recover what it has lost. And to do so, it had to announce a government so that the other militias, which RSF itself are not in control of directly, but are supporting RSF, would feel more confident to continue fighting alongside RSF.
So how will this impact any attempts to end the conflict in Sudan?
It complicates the conflict in Sudan. And the reason why it complicates the conflict in the Sudan is that now with a parallel government, negotiations, RSF will insist that it negotiates with Burhan based on the fact that now it has a government. And it further complicates the situation because if these militias that are fighting alongside RSF, for which RSF is not totally in control of, demands more, and it is actually demanding position in that government that RSF has established, it is going to make the negotiations and mediation a lot more challenging and complicated.
I want to get an understanding from you of what you think is going to happen next, because Sudan's leader and the head of the military, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, he has vowed to continue fighting until the army, takes back control of all of Sudan. How do you see all this panning out now?
Because of this new announcement of the new government and the fact that it's going to complicate the mediation and resolution of that particular conflict, we will see a situation where new parties are going to emerge, or even weaker militias are going to be given position in RSF and therefore strengthening some more. And it's going to complicate not just within RSF hold on to whatever is left that is holding, but it's going to demand more at the table where negotiation is going to be taking place. And so it complicates even Burhan's a strategic outlook in terms of who now is he going to be negotiating with other than RSF, or if RSF is not going to rein in on those militias. The other issue is on legitimacy. The fact that now there's a new government, it peels off legitimacy that Burhan's front has been maintaining and has been consolidating.
And this is all being watched very closely by the continent, the African Union, and particularly the East African and the Horn of Africa region, the neighbors of Sudan. How is this likely to affect regional peace, regional security, and even regional politics here?
Such a messy conflict, Beatrice, now that has produced refugees and internally displaced numbering over 13 million, the highest figure, the highest number in the world, is going to become worse. And the region is going to expect more destabilization. The region is at its most conflictual in 37 years, and it can hardly take any more refugees from Sudan. And so potentially more destabilization in the Horn of Africa.